The White Lotus is everything you want from a television series. Today we'll be talking about what makes The White Lotus stand out from other similar projects. With a second season in the works, we'll also be sharing everything we know about the future of The White Lotus. Will we be seeing any familiar faces? And how did pizza nearly prevent Jennifer Coolidge from accepting the role of a lifetime? Stay tuned to find out the answer to all your burning questions. What is The White Lotus about? The White Lotus is an anthology series that is a cultural satire that revolves around upper-class white people and those who serve them. It was created, written, and directed by Mike White. It takes place in a classy Hawaiian vacation destination over a week and documents the lives of the various guests and employees of the White Lotus Resort. The majority of the guests at this resort are affluent white folk who are blissfully unaware of their privilege and how insufferable they are. Each is preoccupied with their own problems, whether they're trying to recover from a death in the family, having to come to terms with a cancer diagnosis, or battling active addiction. It's quite common to leave a lot of loose ends when wrapping up a season with the intention of having material to work with if the show gets renewed. A refreshing aspect of The White Lotus is how the story is contained in the first season, nicely wrapping up the various plot lines by the final episode. Who is Mike White? Mike White has worked on many television and film projects, but tends to stay out of the spotlight. You may recognize him from his role as Ned Schneebly in School of Rock, in which he was also a writer. White is often seen alongside his longtime friend Jack Black. He made his directorial debut in 2007 at the Sundance Film Festival with The Year of the Dog. When asked what inspired this series, he said, "I'd always wanted to do a show that got into money and how money basically can pervert any of our most intimate relationships, even within marriages, within the interactions with strangers and friends and loved ones." In the first season, we see a cast of obvious characters running amok and causing absolute destruction. This leads to the people supervising them being pushed to their limits. The series stars Jennifer Coolidge, Connie Britton, Murray Bartlett, amongst many others. While being purposefully written as despicable for the most part, we can't help but fall in love watching the cringe moments. The tension, mystery, and cinematography all add to the overall feel of the show. It is an expertly crafted series that is well thought out and deep without taking itself too seriously. Where was it filmed? Producer Nick Hall and David Bernard worked alongside White to help make this vision a reality. Hall's best known for his work on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Bernard produced The Bold Type for 5 seasons. The three previously worked together on the award-winning series Enlightened. Despite critical acclaim, the series was canceled after only 2 seasons due to low ratings. The White Lotus began filming on location in Hawaii in October of 2020 under strict COVID-19 guidelines. The cast and crew had to quarantine themselves on site and were stuck together for the 3 months it took to film the series. The White Lotus team had a blast, apparently. I mean, who wouldn't want to be stuck at a luxurious resort for an extended period? The tight-knit ensemble of producers and cast members have certainly bonded over the experience of trying to create a show from the ground up while also adapting to an entirely new way of doing things. The resort that they used to film was the Four Seasons Resort in Maui, a 5-star luxury destination. The only way they were able to secure this authentic filming location was because of the lack of tourism due to travel restrictions. With borders now being mostly reopened, many have been wondering where the next season of The White Lotus will be filmed. Has The White Lotus won any awards? Jennifer Coolidge is an icon who is best known for her roles in various raunchy 2000s films. Despite her being cast in some fairly successful films such as Legally Blonde, she said that The White Lotus is what has put her on the map. "Didn't matter where I was this year, didn't matter that I had a mask on," Coolidge admitted in an interview. "I could be in a motorboat up in Maine going by another speedboat and someone would be like, 'White Lotus.' I mean, it was weird. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw that thing. She's been an absolute pleasure to watch, and it's hard not to get excited every time she appears on the screen. Most people aren't aware, however, that she nearly turned the role down. Stick around to find out why. Murray Bartlett plays the anxious resort manager who's on the brink of a meltdown. Connie Britton nails her role as a tech CFO. Natasha Rothwell, however, really was the one to watch in The White Lotus. The thing that sets The White Lotus apart from other dramas about messy rich people is showing the contrast between the attitudes of the different characters. actors. Rothwell nailed the role and allowed the show to expose some of the things that Black women have to deal with every day while living in a white-dominated society. She's been nominated for an NAACP award for Outstanding Supporting Actress. How well was it received? There is very little to criticize about The White Lotus. The cast is studded with award-winning performers who help the characters come to life. The script is extremely well written and achieves what Mike White set out to do with this project. Highly bingeable and addictive. Storytelling and pace of the show are phenomenal. The stars have all been open about how much they've enjoyed being a part of this project. It's received universal critical acclaim, being called frequently uncomfortable, sometimes poetic, occasionally hilarious, and deeply idiosyncratic by Rolling Stone magazine. It became the #1 series on HBO Max in August 2021, attracting 7 million viewers to the series premiere, which led to it topping IMDb's most popular TV list. The White Lotus has been nominated for several awards and has already taken home the AACTA International Award for Best Comedy Series. Murray Bartlett also took home an NACTA International Award for Best Actor in a Series. Jennifer Coolidge received a total of 4 nominations for her role as Tanya McQuoid, 3 of which are currently pending. Mamma mia! It was confirmed that The White Lotus would be back for a second season in August 2021. It's been renewed as the anthology series, which means that each season will have a different cast and storyline. Show's basic idea, however, will stay the same. One thing that we know for sure is that The White Lotus Season 2 will be filmed in a different location. We would go somewhere different because there's no way we could be able to afford the White season in Maui, not in a pandemic. Hinted. So yeah, it would have to be The White Lotus Kyoto or something, which would be fun too because we could get into culture clash ideas and stuff like that. Some speculated on the idea of a wintertime setting, perhaps at a ski resort or something along those lines. Finally, producers decided on none other than Italy to film Season 2 of The White Lotus. The series will take place at the Four Seasons Santa Monaco Palace in Sicily. Michael Imperioli of The Sopranos will be quite appropriately joining the cast this time around. Another new addition to the cast is Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Recreation, which fans are super excited about. How did pizza nearly stop Jennifer Coolidge from taking the job? Although The White Lotus is an anthology series that'll have a new cast in the second season, we will be seeing some familiar faces return. Coolidge will be reprising her role to the delight of viewers. The New Yorker described her role as one of the great TV performances of recent memory, and most certainly the greatest of Coolidge's career. It's hard to believe that Coolidge merely turned down the job that has given her the recognition she deserves. In an interview with The Guardian, she spoke about how the pandemic affected her way of thinking. Coolidge admitted that she never thought she'd act again and that we were facing the apocalypse. Many of us were afraid that our lives were over in the initial months of the pandemic, but slowly things have started to return to normal. When initially approached by Mike White to star in The White Lotus, Coolidge was apprehensive to re-emerge after spending months in isolation. She nearly passed on the role, feeling insecure from the months of sitting at home eating pizza. She thankfully decided to take the plunge, truly looking as radiant and sensual as ever. The White Lotus is a lot of things, but above all else, it is entertainment in its purest form. Although there are some interesting discussions to be had, one can also appreciate the series for its shock value and beauty. Let us know what you'd like to see more of in The White Lotus season down in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, show us some love by subscribing to the page. Till next time.